Fast and Furious case.
This week, the head of the House Oversight Committee plans to ask the FBI about discrepancies in the investigation into the murder of a federal agent. Border Patrol agent Brian Terry was gunned down near the Mexican border last December. At least 2 assault rifles from ATF's Fast and Furious case were found at the scene. Fast and Furious allowed thousands of weapons to be sold to suspected traffickers from Mexican drug cartels.
As you know, my Attorney General has made clear that he certainly would not have ordered gun running to be able to pass through into Mexico.
Back to follow-up segment tonight. Remember the Fast and Furious gun scandal? That was a sting by the feds that allowed thousands of guns to be smuggled into Mexico from the USA, so federal agents could track them, find out who is operating and selling guns south of the border. Well, one of those guns may have killed a Border Patrol officer, and another was found in El Chapo's arsenal when he was captured last week in Mexico. In addition, federal judge has told President Obama he cannot use executive privilege to withhold certain documents about the Fast and Furious case.
Yeah. So the Justice Department produced an index of the records that it was withholding after getting a subpoena from Congress. It includes emails that detail how then Attorney General Eric Holder crafted the Fast and Furious talking points. 20 emails between Holder and his wife, emails and letters between Holder and the White House, and finally emails from and to the U.S. Ambassador to Mexico, as well as about 16 other officials. So yesterday, this judge said some of the records deserve executive privilege protection, others don't, giving the Justice Department 2 weeks to turn them over to Congress, which is still Bill trying to figure out basically this: when and how much did the top people of the administration know about Fast and Furious, which they were blaming on a few rogue agents in Phoenix? And of course, we know that's not true.
Okay.
I will say minutes ago, go ahead.
Minutes ago, what happened?
Okay, so minutes ago, I talked to the chairman of the Oversight Committee, who told me that he and Senator Grassley are going to be writing a letter to ATF today demanding all the serial numbers of the weapons found with El Chapo. He feels that basically they're going to seek a stay on this judge's ruling and hopefully run out the clock before the president leaves.
The Obama administration in general, and former Attorney General Eric Holder in particular, repeatedly lied to the family of a slain Border Patrol officer about the weapons used in his death and stonewalled efforts to get at the truth. Correspondent William Lajeunesse tonight on Operation Fast and
when he arrived here in January 2017, and his face, what he looked like, he was no longer in control. He lost control. He is outside of Mexico. He's on U.S. soil. And to me, that feeling of defeat that we felt when he escaped, that's what he felt at that point.
A shocking allegation in the El Chapo trial. The self-proclaimed right-hand man of Joaquin El Chapo Guzman is claiming government corruption went as high as the president of Mexico. His name is Alex Cifuentes, and he was cross-examined on his third day of testimony. And at one point, he claimed former Mexican President Enrique Peña Nieto asked El Chapo for a $250 million bribe.
Yeah,
the president of the country.
Yes. So he claims El Chapo actually negotiated that down a little to $100 million. Well, he's a businessman, and I'm sure a good negotiator.
Doing business.
So apparently that money was hand-delivered. Allegedly, that money was hand-delivered when Peña Nieto was about to take office. So he was the president-elect. Cifuentes also told the court that El Chapo paid the Mexican military up to $12 million to kill members of rival cartels. The former Mexican president has repeatedly rejected claims of corruption since the trial began. Previous testimony accused several members on his team of being involved with the Sinaloa cartel. Enrique Peña Nieto says that he has done nothing but actually bring crime down in Mexico.
We're gathered together this afternoon for a very historic occasion, the signing ceremony for a brand new trade deal, the United States-Mexico-Canada agreement. So important. I'm honored to be here with President Enrique Peña Nieto. He's become a great friend of Mexico, and Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, who has also become a great friend. This has been a battle, and battles sometimes make great friendships, so it's really terrific.
And where does it get the prosecution to even bring this in, other than to humiliate the former president of Mexico, who at the time actually had a pretty sterling reputation?
Yeah.
It's not, it's, I think, improbable. I think a fascinating question will be whether Nieto, the former president, comes to the United States, as he is perfectly capable of doing, and denies it during the defense case.
So, Mr. President, it was a great honor being with you, and I look forward to being with you many, many more times in the future. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everybody. We are not going to be taking any questions. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Here's a good rule. Don't answer any questions when they just start. It's always the last one.
Since you're attacking us, can you give us a question? Mr. President-elect.
Go ahead.
Mr. President-elect,
Go ahead.
since you are attacking our news organization, can you give us a chance?
Your organization.
You are attacking our news organization.
Your organization.
Can you give us a chance to ask a question, sir?
Here's a good rule. Don't answer any questions when they just start. It's always the last one.
Go ahead.
Sir, can you
Quiet.
state,
Quiet.
Mr. President-elect,
Go ahead.
can you state
She's asking a
categorically,
question. Don't
Mr.
be
President-elect, can you give us a question?
be
You're
rude.
attacking us.
Here's a good rule. Don't answer any questions when they just start. It's always the last one.
Can you give us a question?
Don't be rude.
Can you
No,
give
I'm
us
not
a
gonna give you
question?
I'm not going to give you a question.
Can you state categorically?
You are fake news.
Sir.
Come on, guys. Yeah, come on, guys. Let's go. Very good man. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. So nice to see you. How are you? I'm doing very well. Thank you. All right, we got the official picture. So now we'll get used to the protocol. You go right here. Melania, you're going to go on the other side. No, hold on a second. We will take care of the protocol.
This is painful, and it will be for a long time.
As you know, my Attorney General has made clear that he certainly would not have ordered gun running to be able to pass through into Mexico.